Hey guys, Tish over here, cut a video today. Now I apologise for my last video that I uploaded where I named a whole bunch of different side cards to do with Qliphort. Now I can't redo that video again because, to be honest, I named basically what I was thinking in the comments in that video, so I can't link you to it, but I apologise for that, so there'd be a kind of gap in my schedule of uploads. Anyway, so today's video is going to be talking about one card, and now I've been thinking about Qliphort, right? Everyone has been thinking about Qliphort. I go to bed thinking about Qliphort. I wake up thinking about Qliphort. I eat breakfast thinking about pendulums, right? Like, my girlfriend is like, why, you know, can you spend more time on our relationship, please? And I'm like, no, because Scout gets towers, or Scout goes and gets Helix or Carrier, and then it's game. And then she's like, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but this isn't working. So anyway, this is going to be talking about a card called Skill Prisoner. Now, if you've been playing this game for the last 6 months or so, you will have probably heard of this card, and it's not that big of a deal of a card, and that's understandable because the card didn't really do anything when it came out. It got some hype, but it didn't pan out the way that I was hoping it would, because the card is pretty decent. Now, it's got some shortcomings, it's got some really good benefits, but I feel like at the moment it could actually have a lot of application, and it kind of fits in with how the format is playing out. Now, of course, as I said, I was talking about Qliphort, and if you look at Qliphort Carrier, Qliphort Carrier's effect when it's tributed, when it goes back into the extra deck, it allows you to bounce a card on your opponent's field back to the hand. I think it allows you to target anything, but I'm not going to go and check because it's basically just that part of it. Now, Carrier's bouncing effect is basically the main way, apart from blind removal, that Qliphorts have in their arsenal in their archetype to actually deal with floodgates and deal with cards on the field that they can't deal with. So they use that to clear the path, and then they use their massive amount of Qliphorts to win, right? Now, inherently, Qliphorts allow themselves to get around vanities because they all go back into the extra deck, right? So with that, you can't expect to beat them in that kind of grinding game because they can outgrind you because they can't turn off their vanities. So if they can just summon really small, really big beaters of skill drain, and then they beat you down. So there's many different bases that they've covered that they can't, you know, basically it's annoying. But Skill Prisoner is basically says no to Carrier, and Carrier, as I said, is their main way of dealing with floodgates. Now, if you have floodgates like Kaiser Coliseum, or you have floodgates like Gozen Match, or something where you are kind of affecting what they're going to be doing, Skill Prisoner allows you to target a card you control, and it prevents it from being targeted by an effect of a monster's effect. So when Qliphort Carrier targets something, it still counts the monster effect in the extra deck zone, and when it targets it, it will negate the effect. So you'll be able to blanket protect a single card on your field against Qliphort. Now, a really great thing about this card is that you get more than one use out of it, and that's what's really good about cards like this, is that it's inherent pluses, right? They don't lose any advantage by tribute summoning because Qliphorts just go back in the extra deck, so they can just rip it out later, right? So if you want to level the playing field, you're going to have to find a way to negate their stuff without you taking a neg, right? Breakthrough Skill can't prevent Carrier. Fiendish Chain can't prevent Carrier. Effect Veiler can't prevent Carrier. Skill Drain can't prevent Carrier. There is not much out there that can negate the Carrier because it activates somewhere where it can't be affected. But Skill Prisoner allows you to prevent the card it's targeting from being affected. So it negates the effect of Carrier and then allows it to just sit there. And then they realize that they'd have no outs to your floodgates. And that's what I like about Skill Prisoner. You get a second use out of it once it's in the graveyard. So, Light Swans, if you mill it, that's great. You're going to be milling. You're going to go and send Skill Prisoner. You're going to get some, you know, stupid amount of advantage. You know, Break for Skill's already doing that. You put it in the graveyard and it negates more attack. It negates a whole bunch of different things on your turn. So that's really, really good. But Skill Prisoner allows you to basically prevent all normal summon shadows like Lizard and Dragon from being able to target your stuff. So it's really good in terms of generic main deck outage to a lot of different decks in the meta. The only thing that I would say that it doesn't good against is maybe Burning Abyss, but if they go into Virgil a lot, you may be able to stop their bouncing or their shuffling back into the deck effect. So that's good. Skill Prisoner doesn't quite cover everything, but I feel like in terms of dealing with Qliphorts, a deck which relies on Carrier as a lot of its method of dealing with problems, if you can prevent Carrier, then it feels like the deck starts to struggle, because Vanity's Emptiness will stay on the field while they're doing their stuff, so they won't be spamming the field too fast, but when they don't have the Vanities, they will spam. So if you can shut them down with your own floodgates, maybe your own vanities, or even your own Kaiser, or even something that prevents them from summoning more than 1 or 2 monsters at once, you know, stuff like Black Horn of Heaven and stuff, then you can activate Carrier. The Carrier's effect will activate on your cards, and targeting them, and then you can just protect them with this, and it seems to do the job really well, and it can be used again in the graveyard by banishing it. So if you have 2 of them, you can get up to 4 negations. So I think the card is really, really good. But of course, I don't think it will gain a lot of traction because it has some shortcomings where it is a trap and it kind of doesn't destroy the card that you're negating, so you don't really deal with the issue. It's an inherent -1, so I understand why some people instantly veer away from it, and that's okay, because if they don't, then they won't see the card coming if I end up playing it. I've been trying it in UA, and I will be having a UA deck profile up roughly today or tomorrow, so you get to see that because I know you guys have been asking for it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see your opinions on the card below and how it fares in our current meta. So, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, the Qliphort is out.